Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I'm Shekhar Gupta at the Iranian Ambassador's residence in New Delhi. And my guest today is the Speaker of the Iranian Parliament, in many ways an advisor to the Supreme Leader, the former Chief Negotiator on the nuclear issue, the former National Security Advisor, a philosopher, a computer scientist, and most importantly, a key contender in the coming presidential elections in June, and yet all of 57 years old. Mr. Ali Larijani, welcome to Walk the Talk.
Thank you very much.
In fact, in 10 years of Walk the Talk, you are the first guest from your country.
البته ما کشور هند رو کشور
You know, we always consider India as our friend and we always try to maintain our contacts with this great country. I remember that when I was the secretary of the Supreme National Council of Iran, the first visit that I paid to another country was India. Therefore, I can say that our relations with India is very close and tight.
So you've had some meetings in Bombay and Delhi. How good have they been? And what's the mood that you pick up?
مذاکراتمون مذاکرات خوبی بود.
We had very good meetings both in Mumbai and in New Delhi, both with the business people and the high-ranking officials of your country, like His Excellency the Prime Minister, the President, and your Foreign Minister. Overall, we had very good meetings.
Because India and Iran have a very nuanced relationship and a very practical one. And both countries give flexibility to each other.
شاید تعبیر بهتر این باشه.
Maybe it is better to say that Iran and India play a complementary role to each other. And so they both play the roles, but when they are put together, they can complete each other. And this goes back to the roots that bind the two countries together. It goes to the centuries of the past. There were many Iranian scientists who came to India. I can say that for almost 2 centuries, Persian was the official court language
Of India.
You have some great people who are also considered great people for us too, like Gandhi, like Jawaharlal Nehru.
جواهرلال نهرو سالها در ایران.
These are some great people. The people of Iran know about them. Their works are being studied even today in Iran. You have some Indian poets and they have actually written their poetry in Persian language. They are very famous in Iran too. So I can say that the people of the two countries are very close to each other. And the countries, when they have people to very good people-to-people contacts, then it is very easy for them to have political cooperation.
And yet we have some arguments also between us.
That's natural. In the world today, there are always small arguments and differences. Sometimes you see that even in a small family, members of the family are arguing with each other. We have to see whether they are tactical or strategic. But when it comes to a strategic level, we have no difference of opinion.
So when India votes in IAEA against Iran, is that a tactical move? Is that a strategic move?
استراتژیک نیست.
It is not a strategic, but it is a major difference.
یک اختلاف مهم است.
And I think close countries like us should pay more attention to each other. If we have a strategic problems, then it is going to affect all of the relationship in a major way.
So you think that act of voting against Iran does not affect the fundamental relationship or the quality of the fundamental relationship?
It might have had some effects, yes, but it has not been fundamental. You see that the relationship is going on.
That's also because Iranians are consummate diplomats for 2,000 years.
Indians have been very good or career diplomats for many years. I mean, differences like this, arguments like this, are not the ones that can separate the two nations from each other. Of course, the leaders of the two countries are wise enough. They are not going to make a big deal out of it.
Because that vote came when you were the chief negotiator.
I remember that at that time I was encouraging Iran to adopt a look east policy. Because during the time of Shah, Iran was looking at the west. And at that time we had talks with Indian leaders. That voting was like a stroke.
Like a blow.
Maybe they could have chosen other things. I mean India.
So what did you tell your Indian friends then?
Nothing really important. Maybe I said something like, you could have done a better job because you know us very well. We wanted India to play a more active role. You know, we have the UK and France also involved in this matter. But India cannot be compared to the two. It's a great country. It is a major economic power. It has a large population. It is very close to us culturally. We wanted India to play its cards the right way.